We have 42 people on the call already.
Okay, so I think we are good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Toby. So, um, I am a member of the Bioinfo UI team. I'm sure you've met other people. You've met you meet us of over time by the way, but the person that's been in touch with everybody most of the time, sending the mails to people. So let's go straight to the matter, the reason we are here. For you to have shown interest, for you to have applied for this, that means you are interested in bioinformatics. And I must congratulate you that you are in the right place, by the way. Welcome to Bioinfo UI. So this is the quad two. So I'm saying if you're able to get into this quad two, you are actually very lucky because the fourth quad was maybe a scapegoat quad. That's how it's always been, Sha. And we have reiterated know what works, what does not work, and then we're about to start to quad two. So you are lucky and welcome to Bioinfo UI. So today we'll be discussing everything about Bioinfo UI, right? The project from the introduction to Bioinfo UI, the objectives, the requirements from you, the curriculum we are going to be taking you through, and benefits of Bioinfo UI. And I will be quick enough so that you could ask your questions. So I was saying earlier, my name is Toby Kazimulu Global Simeon. And I am part of the people who put together this program. I myself, it was an original idea of Tochukwu Agwese, and then he brought us together. Myself, Habib is on the call, and then Anderson. Anderson is not here. Anderson is UK. He couldn't join here, but he will join us. Subsequently, you will have to take 1 or 2 courses, and you have to meet him. You'll meet him. And we are mentored by Professor Iroka Okike. So this originally started from Department of Pharmaceutical Microbiology. That's where we all met. That's where we started this idea. And we have done the first cohort. It's almost over. And then you are coming in as the second cohort. So all your trainings will be taken by most of us on this call. And some people also will come. So you will meet people that are not from, that you have not seen before. These are experts, by the way. You don't know them, we know them. Over time, you have to know them. You get to know them. And they are seasoned experts. They are very good in what they do. And that's why this is the list of us that put up this together. So it's bioinformatics, right? Of course, the biological part is very important. And when I mean it's very important, it is extremely important because before you can analyze a genome, you should have a domain knowledge. Before you can analyze sequence, whatever it is, before you can do anything, you have to have a domain knowledge of what you are trying to do, by the way. So that's why the requirement when we're putting out this invitation is that if you want to come in, you must be from a biologically related field, and we have preference for pharmacy, microbiology, MLS, veterinary medicine, but we are not restricted to this. We are coming if you are coming from zoology, botany, whatever departments that you have a domain knowledge of microbiology, of biology, excuse me, you are very much welcome. And the reason is because we don't want to start from the scratch. Of course, we want you to have um solid background that we can build upon, right? What we are here to do is explain to you how what is the principle behind the genetic matter, behind the biology you understand, right? What makes it work? What makes it go around? How do we evolve? That's what we are here to teach you. We don't want to teach you the biology. Of course, they're going to understand some more advanced biology, but we don't want to waste time on the rudiments, and that's why we need you to we want to be I want to believe that everybody that is on this call has a biology background. Well, if you have done Zoo 101 or Zoo 111 or Bio 211 one time in your life in CBN or in 200 level, I think you are very much eligible for this course. And then with that, let's go to the program objectives. So what are we here to teach you? And what is our aim actually? I know this is not what we are here to teach you. What is our aim for bringing up this program? So one of the things I would say is when we came together, right, when we met ourselves and we started this program, one of the things that actually brought up this is because We don't know. We think it would have been better for us if we had started or we had been exposed to bioinformatics. I didn't know much about bioinformatics until my final year or after I'd finished actually, before I actually heard of bioinformatics and started digging myself into it. And the same thing is for my friends, Tochuko and Abi. So we discovered if we had known this earlier, maybe we would have forged a different career, maybe we would have been better than how we are now. So we want to the first point of the objective when we're coming together is we have to inspire career paths. Most people, I would be frank, for most of us that do some courses, they will be like, you end up being a lecturer, you end up being a this or that, there's no prospect for your courses, which is an absolute lie. So if we had this access to courses like this, you'll be able to forge out career paths, right? We have to motivate you guys to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I thought somebody said something. So please, if you can mute yourself, please, if you are saying something. If you want to ask something, you can wait till the end of the presentation. You would have time to ask questions. So back to what I was saying, you have to motivate. We want to motivate you guys to pursue career path. Like you want to make you see other things you could do, right? Aside from becoming a lecturer, you can be a researcher, and you'll earn big if money motivates you. But money shouldn't be the main thing that motivates you, by the way. And one other thing we want to do is we want to enhance theoretical and practical knowledge, right? When you start the program, you know what we mean. You would see a lot of things that you have read in biology. By the way, you read a lot of papers, research papers, as it is part of what you are going to incorporate in this course. You read a lot of research papers, and what you have read from papers would also help you bring it to life with practical skills. So you would work live with what you have learned. So you are not just well. I would like to say this while my friends and I were discussing earlier today. If you had gone for other bioinformatics training, right, they are always one-sided. It's either they are teaching you how to use the tools and not teaching you the biology, or not teaching you the concept behind it, or they are teaching you the concept and you are not learning the tools. So what we are here to do is actually to combine both of them. You will learn the basics, the theory, and then you'll be able to use it. So one of the people that will teach you, Professor Erika Okeke, she's a maestro when it comes to genetics. You can Google her up. She just got an award, I mean, 2 or 3 days ago. I can't remember the name of the award. So she's I think, a part of the American Microbiology Society or something. So she's vast with genomics, right? And she's our PI. She leads us. She's my mentor too, by the way. But when it comes to running the tool, she might not be able to run the tool. But when the results are out, she's there to answer it, right? But we on our end, we are learning to become as good as her, but we also know how to use the tool. Do you get? So we want to put that in you. You'll be able to understand the biology of the question you're trying to, because bioinformatics is about asking questions. It's like data analysis, by the way, but you're not analyzing financial data or whatever data, you're analyzing genomic data. So we want to combine these skills together so that you'll be able to understand and be able to do projects. You can ask questions, you can answer. You can just wake up in the middle of the night and you see that, okay, why is this like this? And you go online, get data to answer the questions, know the tools to answer the questions, and answer the questions yourself, right? And want to expose you to trends, right? I said it earlier, a lot of people will come, seasoned people. One thing about bioinformatics is this: you will learn something yesterday, you use a tool yesterday, and then today that tool might not fit the purpose, might be outdated, or you might have three different questions that have almost the same way of answering them, but you have to use different tools. So you would get to understand these things over time because there are 2 or 3 different tools might be doing the same thing, but one has an algorithm that better suits your answer than another one. So all of these things you would learn, right? So we expose you to trends and challenges that you will face, a lot of things that would be together in bioinformatics, right? And generally holistic development. We want to teach you visualization because of what is the essence of doing analysis when you can't visualize the result, right? So what is the essence? You want to be able to do the research, conduct the analysis, and also give the result. So that's one of these are the basic objectives that we have for this cohort. Now, having talked about all of this, how what is your own part? How would you make our effort come to fruition? First thing I said earlier is academic background. You must actually have taken a biology course and you understand a little of evolution, genomics, or if you are in MLS, I don't know if MLS is part here, you must have done nucleic acid in 300 level. Not even just MLS, I think microbiology, biochemistry, you must have done nucleic acid. You understand these things. And for medicine and surgery students, you have done biochemistry in 200 level. Sure, you crash read it, but that knowledge enough. So that's what we need because you will start dealing with a lot of niche molecular things, and you, of course, you might not understand at first, but for you to understand, you must have gotten a knowledge. So that is very important for you to be able to take this course with us. And then digital literacy. I believe all of us should be able to do this. Well, don't let me assume, but I think you should be able to type your project yourself on Microsoft Office. You should be able to use computers, use Control X, Control V. Should be able to, a lot of this you should be able to do on yourself on a computer. You don't have to be able to code the world, right? We don't need that from you. You will learn that when you need to, when you start writing scripts, you'll learn it over time, right? That's where you have to be consistent to, by the way. So you learn how to write those things, but basic computer usage, basic literacy. I hope you should be able to, you should know these things. And forging on that is curiosity and passion. Um, you have to be curious because uh, you would run softwares, right? You would run tools that will frustrate you. You would run tools that you will not be able to, you will not know what the error is. Like you will not know where the error is coming from. Sometimes ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude will help you. Sometimes they are also confused. So if you are not curious enough or passionate about this thing, you will get frustrated. I know people that are frustrated, even people that are passive, right? You will get frustrated. So if you have to determine the zeal that you want to learn this thing, you have the zeal to want to learn this thing, you have the determination. We need that actually because it's going to get very, you are in for a bumpy ride, right? And on top of that is commitment because, of course, we have a lot of people from different departments. No matter what department you are coming from, being in UI number one is tedious, right? Either you are from botany, you are from microbiology, you are from MLS, you are from pharmacy, you are from medicine. Everybody has a very has a lot of things to do. And on top of that, we're now bringing bioinformatics, and you are here to do it. So you have to be committed. You need to be committed, actually, not just have to. You need to be committed if you want to gain something out of this, because you would run tools, you would have assignments, of course, on top of your own normal school assignments and projects and practicals to submit. You would have a lot of questions. We are going fully practical oriented this time. So you would have to do quite a lot of things on top of your primary work that you are doing out in school. Of course, we are not devils. We will know when you have tests and exams. Of course, when the program starts, all these things will be put in place. We'll ask questions when are your tests, so we don't have to bother you. So that's not going to be a problem. But my point is, you would have to be committed to actually to be able to take this course. Some people started in the first cohort, but over time their commitment dwindled, not because they don't want to, but because something else happened, like life happened, a lot of things happened, right? Very few people ended, quite a number of people, not quite a number of people, some people started, right? So I would like you to forge in the commitment. It's just 22 weeks. It's a lot of it's intensive, right? But you will be able to pull through. We are not going to overload you what because we are humans too. I graduated from UI. I've been graduated from UI, so triple time from university. So also everybody has almost we have the same thing. So I would like you to be committed. And maybe this should be my number one, the last point here. Equipment. We need you to have a computer. You don't have to have the fastest computers in the world. You are just starting with basic bioinformatics analysis at first. So I would implore everybody. I hope, let me just hope that everybody has a computer because it is jamming to all the analysis we'll be doing. And you need the internet connection, by the way. Of course, you can't do it by informatics without internet. You'll be downloading tools like madman. You'll be installing and uninstalling, you'll be updating tools. You'll be downloading data from different data banks, right? So you need a computer. So these are my requirements for you to take this course. So having getting this from your end, if you had given me all of this, what am I going to teach you? Like When I say me, say in the group, what are we going to teach you? I've written a scrambled down version here, but I'm going to use what I have here to explain, right? We have taken this together for 2025. We put this together so that you can see the TBD is to be discussed, right? To be determined over time. We'll know when this date will work. For the first time, that is the very first part that is important to you at this point. So we are currently having the first session. That's the information session, and this is spanning for just an hour. So, and after this, we're going to start with the genomic course, like the actual module zero. So one thing about what we are doing this time is for every module you take a test, but there is a module that you must not fail, right? And that's module zero test. So of course, I told you earlier that we expect you to have a biology background. We want to build a little above that. So if you have not taken nucleic acid course or a course in genetics or genomics or whatever, we are going to come. Professor Okeke will be gracing us with that session. She will be taking the course actually. So she will teach you everything that you need as a crash course in genetics and genomics, right? She will take you through what is DNA, what is A, what is T, what is G, what is C, your binding, everything you need to know to be able to understand what we are going to teach you. She will take the base, yeah. She will take you to kindergarten, then we can take you to primary one, right? So one thing I want you to know about this part is Professor Okeke's class is quite intensive. She she's one of the best teachers, if not the best teacher I've ever met. But you must not miss that class. People that the exam that and by the way, I'm not the one setting the question. She will be the one to teach. She will be the one to set the questions, right? So if you are going to take this course, if you are hoping to come in and join the course, I would implore you with everything you said not to miss a session. If you miss a session, I am very sure you cannot pass the test. I am very sure. Even if you have this, she releases the slide. The slides are like hieroglyphics from ancient Egypt. That's what the slides are about. Like, if you are in class, it only takes you must be in class to be able to understand the courses, right? So I will implore you. And she likes when the class is full, not just can't see people hoping to take the video later and read. She doesn't like that. So you will come to class, ask questions, right? She would do her best to explain everything to you. She's the best teacher actually I've ever met. So I'm saying this because she had taught me. So you don't want to miss module zero. Not don't miss any class at all. And then try as much as possible to pass your test. So the test is not me, it's not even us. She will be the one to set the test. And after the test, I think also we have some people to the test, by the way, but she does major part of the heavy lifting of the questions, and the questions are not cheap. So I'm going to give you that for free. So after you have done that test, and let's say everybody here passes, and we move on to the next module, we'll come and explain the intro to bioinformatics. What are we taking you through? What is bioinformatics really? Some people have a very vague idea of bioinformatics, by the way. Some people don't even know what bioinformatics is. It sounds sweet, and they are here for it. So we're going to explain to you what it means and why does it matter. We have explosion since COVID. Everybody had seen the need for this, even before that. But COVID brought it to the limelight, right? When everybody was generating genomic data after COVID happened, right? And we started sequencing in mass. So what it is, why does it matter? Everything is going to be taught in module one, and we would ask questions. So there will be an assessment, and that one will lead us to module two. And in module two, you will learn about Linux, Bash, GitHub, right? Linux and Bash and GitHub, they're like they're like the basis where of that holds bioinformatics. Most of the tools you will use in bioinformatics are on the command line. Of course, you can argue that there are tools that you can use that are graphical user interface that you can use. Blast is on SBI website and quite a lot of other tools. There is even Galaxy. Some of you are familiar. Yeah, Galaxy. There's some other things you could use. There's Backtopia. But I would like to tell you that if you want a reproducible work, right, a work that you don't want to be clicking buttons every now and then, you want to run a pipeline, you can, it is best set up on Linux, right, on the command line. And you don't have to have an idea, by the way. We're going to explain and teach you. I'll do my best. I take that plateau actually. I enjoy teaching Linux. So I would do as much as possible, like possible best to explain to you. And two other people, see, Yeroshadullah and Marinel, they're from the first cohort. They're actually very good. So they will take some of these courses with you. So I'm hoping that after this course, you'll be available to teach next, right? So after Linux, we teach Bash, and of course, you would write scripts. By the way, Bash is like a scripting language. You write scripts and you modify your scripts, and then you have different versions. Then we have to teach you Git and GitHub or version control. You have to be able to commit your scripts to the cloud, to GitHub, so that when you have an error, you can revert to version to previous versions, and a lot of things that you'll be able to do. So that is what we'll be teaching you in module 2. And then we'll go straight to module 3, data sources and data types and formats. Data sources are like different databases that has our data all across the world. Everybody knows NCBI. We have what's the name? DDBJ. There is Istanbul, quite a number of them across the world. I think INDBJ is there. A lot of databases that will keep our data, genomic data. There's SRA across the world. So we'll teach you how to access this data, these databases, and data formats, different types of formats. You will see different formats of FASTA file, FASTQ files, what's the name? BED file format, SAM format, BAM format, different formats of files, what they do, how do you convert from one to one, what's the importance of one over the other, when do you need this one, when do you need that one. Those will be taught at that session. And then how to convert from one data format to the other. Then we'll teach you about BLAST. BLAST is a very important part of bioinformatics. It's the basics. It's not on the basics, but it is it will save you a lot of stress if you understand BLAST. And it is powerful. Most people use BLAST by just clicking and doing the default settings. If you understand the nitty-gritty of BLAST, you'll be happy you did because it will help you. And after that, of course, another assessment. Then we do quality control, genome assembly, genome annotation, phylogenetic tree. These are a little advanced. Then you'll be able to appreciate after the basics that we have taught, module 1, module 2, module 3, come to module 4. It's like bringing all those pieces together. And then you will start doing mini projects, by the way. And these projects they will interest you. They might frustrate you, by the way, because if you don't have a good computer, or if you by the way, the frustration is not bad. So you will struggle with installing tools. Everybody struggles with installation of tools at the start. All of us will struggle with it. But over time, you would get the hang of it. You would understand what it means working on the command line, what it means working on servers, how to do environment management, package managers, all of these things you learn, right? I think some of you actually might be into tech already. Maybe you are writing code, so some of this might not be new to you. But even if it's totally new to you, you don't have to stress. We're going to take it to you. But of course, you can see how plenty this is. We'll need you to be committed and dedicated and work at our pace, right? So after all of this, we are going straight into how are we going to administer the course. Of course, I told you it's 22 weeks, and we'll be taking it on Fridays and Saturdays. On Fridays will be 4 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays will be 2 to 4 p.m. Right? Sometimes this time will change, depending. Some people write tests on Saturdays, some people write tests on Friday, but we'll have to discuss this when the program starts. We'll have a WhatsApp group, and then we are fixing this that is convenient for everybody and not just some people over the other, right? So we're going to try as much as possible to make this happen and without affecting everybody. So I told you class will be suspended during test and exam period, so no go fail, I beg. So that's what that is going to be. So you ask, what about the venue? We're going to be having virtual classes and physical classes, right? Virtual classes, most of the times I would say Saturday classes might be virtual, but over time, the last course, we switched to physical at a point. Physical classes started happening on Saturdays and then sometimes on Friday. So we'll discuss this, by the way. Virtual classes, we'll do it on the computer, and physical classes will be on will be most of the time in Faculty of Pharmacy, except we switch except we should switch location, which I'm not sure we are doing that anytime soon. But if anything changes, you will know. And of course, we are going to be in a group together. All of these things will be discussed. Everybody will be considered, so you don't have to fret. And after that, I would like to say the benefits of the program to you. You learn mathematics skills. I can't reiterate this enough. You learn quite a number of things. You will be able to meet crazy people. This is what I said earlier to my friends. Bioinformatics will turn you mad. You see people that are madder than you, right? It's not mad in the bad sense, by the way. So I'm saying it's smart. Like you will be able to think, and you meet people that are live on another level, right? So I'm sure some people here will pick up at a faster rate than the other people, which is not a problem. But everybody will catch on. That's my point. You will catch on. Everybody will catch on. And then the primary objective that I told you earlier, you want to elevate your career prospects in life and related sciences. So you'll be able to think outside what your stereotype is. I am an MLS person. I'm supposed to be working in lab, but I still do work in the lab, by the way. But my typical lab work is not working with Samuel and Shigella on stool samples and whatever. I'm currently working in research, and I work with genomic DNA, right? I am a molecular scientist on the bench, so I sequence DNA, I do qPCR, express all those good stuff. And on the flip side, I also do bioinformatics, right? So after the data have been generated, my friends, my classmates, quite a number of them are working in the lab, which is fine. And that's what we had thought to know. Well, that's what we had known all around. So over time, I switched, and the switching has actually helped me, right? So even with that, I can still work in the lab if I want to, because my license is always renewed, and I still work and I see what they do on the bench. I'm not alien to it. But my point is, I have diversified and opened up new spaces for myself because I learned this thing and I knew them, right? So that's what we're trying to tell you. You would be able to consider different things that you never thought you could do. You would see some PhD applications and whatever open and be like, wow, because I have this prospect, because I have this knowledge, I'm fit for that program. Even as a medical doctor, I can do that PhD. Even as a microbiologist, I can do that PhD. So even as a whatever I think, this is what we're trying to do and trying to achieve with this program. Thank you so much for listening to my rambles. I hope we're not bored, and I would open up for questions. I will be taking some questions. Tochi and Abib are also here to answer as many questions as possible. So the floor is open. I was able to do that in 30 minutes. Wow. Tochi, you can take over now.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Toby. So, please, if you have any question, now is the right time to raise it. Okay, I'm seeing someone's hand up. I am Akintayo. Please, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you very much for the presentation. So my question is, at the end of the program, are you going to be given a certificate?
Okay. I didn't see that coming. Maybe I saw it coming. We have not the last call, we didn't issue any certificate, by the way. But I don't know if we are going to Tochi, are we going to be doing that?
Yes, so for this particular cohort, we plan to issue one for this course. Yes,
But
thank you.
I want to say something. Don't do this because of the certificate. I have attended quite a number of bioinformatics boot camps and people go there. I have gone for very bioinformatics camps myself, and na rubbish they teach us. And we shall collect certificates. We put them for LinkedIn, but I did not know to pay. I did not know anything, right? So I would, of course, you get a certificate, but don't let that be your motivation factor. Thank you.
Yeah, and just to add, Toby, with
Yeah,
these certificates, they are no matter what. I mean, they are not recognized anywhere. Like you won't
exactly.
put a job application and go and get an online certificate and put. I mean, I guess you can put the course and say, "Well, I did this course at a particular point," but they are not verifiable. So what would
Exactly.
matter most is the skill. So you learn the skill and you put that you have that skill in your CV. You go for an interview and then you can defend the skill. So don't
Exactly.
even, I mean, the certificate is just an extra, maybe something to make yourself feel happy and know that you did the course. But it does, apart from that, does not have any value. So don't really think about the certificate at all. Think about really getting a hand of the skills that you're going to learn.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Any other
So,
question?
Adeola, you can go ahead.
Good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, so my question is that the physical class, that's 2 to 4 on Saturday, is it possible that it can be subject to change? 2 to 4 on Saturday for me throughout this semester is already committed to something else, and I want to really, really attend this.
So, Tochi, can you answer that?
Okay, yes. So for the physical classes, it's not strictly 2 p.m. Like most times, it's 2 to 4 p.m. is usually for the virtual classes that we have. But like most of the physical classes that we had, they were like usually around 10, 11, 12. But it's really flexible. Like it depends on what we agree on. So it can be flexible, anyways. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Thank you so much. Because I was so worried about that. Because I really, really, really want to be a part of this. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So we can keep the questions coming. Ibrahim, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Yeah.
Chief.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
We
My
can hear you.
first question. Yeah. My first question is that after this code, is there advanced level for someone to be keep updated on bioinformatics first? And second thing, I would love to ask, is there any maybe my discipline? I didn't belong to any life science courses, so my discipline is related to agricultural. But I've been attending bioinformatics classes and lecture, so I didn't know maybe there will be a barrier or anything concerning that, sir.
Okay. So the first question about I remember now and I forgot again. Can you remind me? Okay,
Yes,
about
yes. Hello,
updating.
sir.
About updating, right? Your first question is
Yes,
about.
like yes. Maybe after this course, maybe there is an
So,
advanced
so,
level of a thing.
so one thing about it's about actually any tech skill by the way, over time. You would get to a level that you can research on your own, and that's all. We're not teaching you to run tools where you would now forget or you would have to write an SOP. We're teaching you to research for yourself. So you would learn some things and then you would even see some boot camps. You'd be like, I'm too advanced for that boot camp. You would look for resources to learn by yourself. And trust me, there are like 1,000,001 resources on the internet. There might not be a course. We are here to bring up what's the name? Younger people, right? The undergraduates so that they can learn and then they can be on their own. So being on their own is the part where you have to pick it up by yourself, right? So the other part of you being in an agriculturist, I believe agriculture you should have done biology. Of course, you did zoo and biology in 100 level, right?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you by chance do any
Hello.
course in nucleic acid? What level are you? Let me. Yeah, I think your internet is bad. I can hear you. Did you take biology course in 100 level at all?
I'm thinking of them.
Yeah. Did you take biology courses in 300 level? In 100 level?
What is it?
Did you take any biology course in 100 level?
No, I didn't start
Oh,
from any
okay.
level. No, I didn't start from any level.
Okay.
I started from 20 level.
Why?
To be fair, coming, sorry,
Yeah.
I think someone in the studying agriculture would have the background. They
Yeah.
may want to answer different questions, but I know in agriculture they do a lot of plant genetic modification, so they
Yes.
usually have it in the curriculum. So I think that the background should be
Yes.
there.
Would be enough. Yes. So that answers your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, please?
If you have any questions, just simply unmute yourself and ask.
Hello, sirs. Good evening. So my question
Yeah.
is for the test that we'll be having per module, um, are they going to be virtual or physical?
I think it depends. So the module 0 is going to be physical. Tochi, right?
Okay, yeah. So module 0 will be physical, but like the rest from module 1 down will be virtual assignments. Just something you have to take home, work on them, and then
And work on
get
it.
back to us. But for module
Yeah.
0, it's going to be physical. Yeah, a test that will determine whether you should whether you would get to
Getting
know
or not.
or not. Yes.
There is Adiola Ibirogba who raised her hand, or his hand, I don't know. Can
Okay, so
you
I
unmute?
used to have a question.
Okay. Unmute and ask your question, Adiola Ibirogba. Hello. Okay, Imo, can you ask your question?
Okay, good evening, everybody. I am very sorry I missed out on some part. I just wanted to clarify the duration for each module, like how long module 0 will last, module 1. I suppose that you must have said it, but I'm very sorry I missed that out. Thank you very much.
So, okay, Tochi.
Okay, so module 0 would last between 2 to 4 classes. So that depends on Professor Erika's schedule. So just in 2 to 4 classes, 2 hours each. Anyways, yeah. So we should cover module 0. Then from module 1 to the last module, like there is no like maybe fixed time for us to complete any particular module, but like the goal is that within 4 months, after 4 to 5 months, we should be able to cover the whole thing from module 1 down to module 4.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Adeleye Rerioluwa. Adeleye, your hand is up. Adiola, to your hand is up. You can ask your question. Oh, okay. Somebody asked a question in the chat. He said, after this meeting, is there a WhatsApp community or group that we can reach out to you? For now, before I think Tochi, when would we start the when will we open the WhatsApp group? Will it be after module 0?
Okay, yes, that should be after module 0. So for now, we'll be communicating via email.
Yeah.
Then depending on those that would make it beyond module 0, then we'll now enroll everybody to WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Adele has a question. Please, can you go ahead?
Adele, I've called the name. He's not responding. Somebody's asking what's the pass mark for module 0. Just do your best, my guy. Do your best as much as you can. Adeola Ibirogba raised her hand again.
I think it has been up since she asked her first question. Okay.
Yeah. So what else do we have?
Any other question or okay?
I am.
All right, sir. So, my question is about the bioinformatics program. Like, is it more of coding aspect or biology aspect? Like, and are you guys going to teach us how to code too, or it doesn't even matter?
So the first part of the training is the biological aspect. Is a part of the biological aspect, by the way, and that's where Professor Roka will be explaining the basis of genetics and genomics to you. Then we move on to Linux. So after you have learned, we want to what we are teaching you is how to answer questions, by the way. If you have a genetic question you want to ask, how do you answer the question? And to answer questions, most of the time, you might need to work on a server, you might need to work in a Linux environment. Then we have to actually teach you how to work on the command line. Now, working on the command line is also as sweet, but there are some times that you want to replicate the analysis you have done in a later date, then you have to write a script. Or sometimes you have like 1,000,001 data you want to pass into one instruction or one command, and you can't just keep iterating. Then you have to write a script, right? So then that shifts you to learning bash scripting. If you see my curriculum the other time that I explained, you will learn bash scripting, you will learn Linux. Sometimes you might learn Python, might not necessarily be, not fully, but you will learn bash scripting, you will learn what's the name? The Linux command line, and you learn how to use Git and GitHub. Git and GitHub is not coding; it's just writing, pushing your code to GitHub. So if you call Bash scripting programming language, I think it is. So you learn that, not Python, not JavaScript, not Ruby on Rails, not Rust. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. Keep your questions coming if you still have more to ask, please.
So that I can answer the questions, and you can go and eat. It's a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening.
Yeah. So while we wait, Abib or Anderson, please, if you have any other inputs,
Yes, Chief Anderson is here. I didn't even know you were going to join. So please,
yeah.
you have the floor, my chief.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say just to encourage people that and to emphasize the importance of the training, because these are not I mean people do postgraduate programs in bioinformatics, and the curriculum is even probably not as detailed as this. So it's a very good opportunity, and there are passionate people leading it. So I just say encourage us to make the most of this opportunity. And like Tobias alluded to, it gives it you would get the basic skills that you require, but is of course it's not an exhaustive course. But we hope that with the basics, you will be of course, strong enough to go ahead and have other explorations. There are many applications of bioinformatics. We are mostly attacking it from a point of the bacterial genomics and say antimicrobial resistance. But then like there's somebody from agric, there's plant genomics, which is very, very different. There's human genomics, there's genomic medicine. Now people are even thinking about having such therapies for treating things like cancer and the rest. So all this it's quite the applications of bioinformatics are quite wide, crossing several fields. So even if you don't think that you would appreciate it or need it at the moment, I think having this background is very, very essential. So I encourage you to put in your best.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Anderson. So please, any other questions, you can keep them coming.
Do you have anything to say?
Do you have anything to say, please?
No, I don't have anything to say. So I just
guys
wish
should
everyone
meeting very soon. Continuous.
Yeah, and we also have
don't mind.
like here with us.
It's Meronia here with us.
From I don't think she's here, but Shadola is here.
Oh,
So Shadola,
Shadula,
would you like to say anything before
before we round up?
Yeah.
You Shadula, don't shy away. Better answer. Say something.
No, correct.
Shadula is shy. How shy you?
And I think we have Joseph here. And Josephine.
Yeah. Josephine is also here. I saw Josephine. Adelaide Lua. You. Adelaide has his hand up since and is not asking any question.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Shadula, you are just booting to this man.
Sorry, my network went off for a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I don't have
any
I don't have much to say. It's just that I just want to encourage everyone to take this seriously, because at some point a lot of you are going to like give up on it. Like it's not I'm not trying to say something bad, but it's just what happened with the first cohort. And I'm very sure it's not part of the
Sorry, my network has been fluctuating. So it's really tough.
Yeah.
I'm very sure it's not like the tutors are very bad with teaching or something. It's just people are they didn't take it
Hello,
serious.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can
hear you.
hear you.
Yeah, it
You
should be like going. Yeah. After
okay?
that, we are delay.
Okay, so it's not that the tutors are bad at teaching; they are very, very good, to be honest. So it's just it's on you. So please take it very serious, especially module zero.
Yeah.
Take module zero very serious. Your knowledge of the basics has to be very strong. So you need to listen because the person teaching you is a professor. So she's going to cover every aspect of genomics and genetics, the basics. You're going to need it later a lot. So you need to focus and yeah, all the best. Thank you.
So Adelaide, you wanted to say something. No, no, no. There's no assignment at the end of this class. This is just introductory class. This is not when you have Adams or Adrian. No assignment here for this class. It's when the module zero starts, then we'll start giving assignments. Adelaide unmuted the other time, said if you could hear him, then he's muted again. Coach, you would like to round up if nobody has any other questions to ask? Okay, Busari Miriam has a question.
Miriam has a question. Okay, Miriam, you can go ahead and ask your
Yeah,
question.
I was trying to say something, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think his internet is bad. It's lagging. Adelaide, you can say what you want to say now.
Yeah. Can you hear me? I just want to
Yes,
be sure.
yes, we can.
Okay, cool. Good evening. I wanted to ask you, we're talking about running code and
Running.
what would the requirements? Because if it's locally, right, that would mean space requirements and things like that, libraries and all the kind. Some code for Python or whatever language, maybe Linux or something. What would the requirements be for your PC to be able to handle all that? Like, you would obviously have space requirements to RAM requirements. Um, could you maybe give some guidelines?
So I understand what you're saying. So, well, we are not going to be doing a lot of computationally intensive courses on your computer. If you have a Core i5, Core i7 preferable, if you have Core i9 hardtext 4090, all the best to you. But if you have Core i5, you should be able to handle. I think you are if you are able to handle all the analysis we'll be doing preliminarily. We might have to work on the server at any point in time, but I don't think we'll have access to the server. But we can move when the time comes. We'll work around it. But if you have a Core i5 on your Windows, if you have a Mac M1 above, yeah, good to go. Even if you have a Mac with Core i7 or Core i5, the Intel Core and the Intel Core Mac, yeah, fine. And for the RAM size, I prefer 16 gig. Well, how many of us have 16 gig? Even I don't have 16 gig. I have 8 gig of RAM and I still do my work, even though most of my work I work on the server. But if you have 8 gig of RAM on your computer, because depends, by the way, when we start working, you would see how we install these tools. Depends on the tool you are trying to work with. They will tell you a specific
Yeah.
requirement. Do you get? So when we get there, you
Mm-hmm.
would see how we work around these things. So you don't have to fret. If you don't have Core i5 or Core i9, you don't have to fret. Let's start together at first. Then when we have to do one or two
How about
things,
like AMD Ryzen?
I have Rising Vega. You are a big boy. Oh. You should be. Don't worry, it will work.
I'm just asking now. I'm asking. I just want to know.
I,
I just want to know.
I'm sure you have 4092. NVIDIA GPU. Don't worry, we're going to.
All right, thank you. Sorry. Oh, this network is horrible. Hello,
All
can
right.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, the mode zero, so the classes that will be holding, will we have materials for them? Because you guys are saying it's like she's going to crack
Yeah.
down hard on us or something. So
No, she's not going to crack down
we
hard
probably
on
need
you.
something to.
She
Yeah.
if you're in class, she would say quite. Of course, I think we are planning to record all the classes, but it's better if you are in class because she would say something that you might
Oh,
not understand, that you want to ask questions.
mm,
People in class would ask, because she would answer
mm,
as many questions as possible. But one thing is, you don't want to miss any class, right? The last time, so we didn't record, then some people missed the class. If you miss one class, my guy, you might not. It's very sure. I'm sure that you might not pass the exam because
okay.
she's not going to ask you what is A, what is timing, what is this. She's asking you applicational questions from what she had taught in class. Even if you come to the class with your phone
Yeah.
and Google the answer, you will not get it if you are not in that class. You come to the exam with your phone. So you have to be in the class to actually listen and understand and ask questions. Listen, ask questions. The questions are not simple questions, they are applicational questions, right? So she's our Uno reverse card to the serious people. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I get what you mean. She taught me a couple of times, so
Oh,
yeah, I understand how our questions
our
can.
questions are
I want
exactly.
to ask, are there like any textbooks or materials we require?
Are there like
Any any textbooks or like materials maybe that maybe you want us to go through?
you
Because
can
it sounds like a very yeah.
you can read on the internet. We don't have curriculum or a specific book recommendation for you.
Oh, come on.
Most of what you read is on
This is
YouTube,
now.
on Google, or sometimes PubMed if you have it to read this in a paper or something. But you don't have to stress about that. What she teaches you, if you listen critically and
Yeah.
understand, to lead you to
Mhm.
what you do by yourself. And then with that,
Oh,
you know how to find your way. Don't worry. I think we should start rounding up
okay.
now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Tochukwu, Abib, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Toby. So, in the absence of no other questions, so I would now say, we look forward to seeing you on Module Zero. That should be next week Friday. So we'll also send out emails ahead of time. So yeah, so thank you everyone for joining and for asking questions. Yeah. So see you all next week. Yeah, take care. Thank you very much, Toby. Thank you, Anderson. Thank you, Agib, Rishadula, and every other person. Yes. Thank you. Good night.
Can I leave now? Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.